On 24 June 1947, Kenneth Arnold, named pilot, who was flying a small plane near Mount Rainier in Washington state of the US, suddenly, left side of his direction, he saw an object shining like a blue flashes in the sky. Well, at first he might thought it was just sun glinting out, but later he saw 9 objects together in a row with intensive flashes of light. Well, later he described them as UFOs, like unidentified flying objects. Kenneth Arnold's estimation says objects were crossed between two mountains with this exciting speed of 700 miles per hour. Well, it can be 3 times faster than any main aircraft of the era. When he immediately landed in Yakima, Washington, and told some airport staff about UFOs flying, the next day he seemed interviewed by reporters, and he said, "Object is like a saucer if you skip it across the water." As media reported, or as media spread this news across the country, and said that Arnold had seen some flying saucer. Well, this extraterrestrial visiting Earth raises caution in various parts of the world. Many films and books were started regarding this news. One of the well-known book I would like to suggest you today is Area 51, an uncensored history of America's top secret military base by Annie Jobson. You can read this book if you're interested with Area 51 or related this like conspiracy theories. As well, I would like to tell you that I have added a few movies. If you really like watching movies related Area 51, so watch them below description. I have links for you. In July 1947, initially reported an alien spacecraft, and the bodies of this pilot fell down and crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. It is said to have been brought to Area 51 for reverse engineer of experiment in order to reduce the otherworldly spacecraft. Well, according to the space.com, Area 51 is synonymous with the tales of UFOs. But the US government says there was no aliens and the crash craft was just a weather balloon. So Area 51 might be still confusing for you to understand, and I think I have to share with you more like stories behind this to understand this. So here is the thing. Area 51 is a common name that is given to the US Air Force facility located at Groom Lake. You can say that Homie Land, we are saying Homie Airport, people say, in southern Nevada, near in a tiny town, Rachel, a town that has just 54 population. Yeah, isn't it shocking? I've just heard this first time, having 54 population. Well, it has been recognized as a highly restricted area, Area 51, I mean. Why it's restricted, if you have a question? So according to some sources, included CNN.com, Area 51 has been a conspiracy theorist, an interesting area that people think it's a location where US stores and hides alien bodies and UFOs after this 1947 incident. So this area was a secret for many years, and it's still out of the reach for common people. According to the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, Area 51 name comes from its map designation. Well, this map designation was detected by satellite. Satellite images are available, so you can see this Google map nowadays. This area was called Paradise Ranch as a short form, the Ranch, Watertown, Dreamland. But these all name are unofficial name according to some sources. More diving in, due to the high security, it's really impossible to fly over this area without permission from air traffic control. You can even see warning sign like stop warning like big, outside of this posters, something like this, that on the entrance of this area 51. So this area 51 is a 38,400 acre desert land as a training site, even so often called the Nevada Test and Training Range. This area's existence was officially acknowledged by the CIA on 25 June 2013. The following 4 months after the CIA's disclosure, President Obama became the first president or US president to mention this area as publicly. However, despite this acknowledgement, visiting the base is not suggested, completely not. According to the rainfall, there are still good reasons for the government and the military to keep it hide. The base operation secret. That's what I think we know. So another fascinating one is that on 27 June 2019, Matty, a young boy named Robert Matty is a full name, a student who posted an event called Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us, was an event posted on Facebook, and more than 2 million people responded going, and 1.5 million were interested in this event. I think people took it seriously to go into Area 51. This is considerable attraction caught media's like attention. Whenever something is online, of course media can get it if you're going so viral. So it became famous on internet. Before creating this Facebook event, he said, if we were individual go inside this Area 51, the US military won't allow us. But if we can go with quite a lot of people, they can't stop us. If they try to stop us, then we'll try to run away. That's easy. Well, however, Matty, when he saw his Facebook event become famous among people, and many people added going button on this one, more than 2 million nearly. So he got scared, and he said he meant that it was just a joke. But later he said to the news reporter that my intention is not really going into this Area 51. If anyone is trying because of my Facebook event, so I'm completely not like responsible. Anyone is attending this in person, absolutely I'm not, responsible, he said. As well, Matty explained some kind of things. He said, the event I created after I watched Area 51 Conspiracy Theorist by Bob Lazar and filmmaker Jeremy Corbell's podcast on the Joe Rogan Experience. It was on 20 June 2019. Yes, after a week on 27 June, he created a Facebook event. So Bob Lazar, a person who claimed on 15 May 1989 about flying discs and alien technology, said he worked in reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology and researched alien spacecraft. His job was recreate that technology for military use. Later, Bob Lazar saying were discredited. According to his school record, he never went to the Massachusetts Institute of the Technology or California Institute of the Technology. Well, both institutes show no record of him. This Bob Lazar. Going back to this event, Facebook event, on the day of the event, on 20 September 2019, only about 50 people come out of this, 2 millions joining, but only 150 people reported they have just appeared at this two entrances of Area 51. However, two festivals occurred. One of them Alien Stock in the Rankle town. Second was the Storm Area 51 base camp in Heko town. As both town population is just 173. About 1,500 people attended these two as a combination of this festival. If you have a question about why this area was created, so answer is very simple. The Area 51 was created during Cold War between the US and the Soviet Union. as the testing and development facility for aircraft, including the U-2 and the SR-71 Blackbird. Reconnaissance plans mean some kind of process of getting information about enemies forces or position by sending out small group of soldiers or by using aircraft, etc.